don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Transformers The Last Knight Decepticon Berserker. And for those of you who know I'm not much of a movie bot fan, but I show you this to show you why exactly we are now looking at this figure. Everybody see that? For $6, I figured, hey, you know, he might be worth looking at. So I had always been interested in these kind of dreadlock things that came down, so I thought I'd give him a look. He's been reviewed 100 million times, but what's 100 million and one among friends? So, having said that, here's the front of the box, side of the box, back of the box, side of the box, top of the box, bottom of the box. What do you say we crack this bad boy open and see what we get on the inside? Now, for those of you who know Beefy, you may be watching. I actually had this before you did your Facebook post about getting your Megatron. So, you and I had the same idea, clearance, yay. So, let's take us a look here. He comes with an instruction sheet that is in your typical Hasbro black and white. Bumblebee, Barricade, Dinobot, Slash. And there's the instructions. So, hopefully I can figure this out. We get this thing here for whatever good that might be. And the figure itself comes in a little plastic Hasbro clamshell. So, what do you say we take him out of this and we go from there? Alright, so let's take us a look here at this figure. Right off the bat, we've apparently lost a window. I don't know if that's supposed to happen that way or... well, I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to go in the floor. Ah! Okay, so... let's see here. Okay, so this would just plug in, I guess, right here, maybe? And come down like that. Okay. He's got one spike here. No, he's got two. Okay. Alright. So I guess those come up. Guess that turns around. Alright, so let's take us a look here at old... what the hell's his name? Berserker. Okay. So let's zoom in here and take a look at his head. As you can see, he's got red painted eyes, and apparently he has a bunch of them. He's got this... oh, I might as well cover articulation while I'm doing it. Come on, focus. Ah, focus. Okay, so, like I said, he's got the red painted eyes. Articulation, his head can look up that far, down that far. It can move left, right, and he can do the confused dog look as well. Okay, with his predator mouth, because that's what that is. Okay, his arms, he's got orange paint for his claws. These two claws right here are not painted. He's got some red faded paint right here, which looks really nice, actually, surprisingly. Articulation, the arm can do a full 360. It can go out to here. Actually, it's got a hinge right here, as you can see. So, I mean, yeah, it'll do whatever you want it to. all things considered. So he can easily do the wee thing. The elbow bend, 90 degrees, and the wrists can move up and down on that transformation hinge. We've got a red X right through here, which looks really nice. This is a flat plastic. Let's see here. He's got some silver picked out right here for his abdomen. The wheels could really definitely use the rims painted. Let's see here, but that's a little bit later. That's as far out as his legs will go because of the wheels. I'm pretty sure he can do, well, he can go that far with the splits. So, yeah, he can't do the Chinese or the American properly. Looking down the figure, we've got some red paint right here. This is paint, it feels, well, I don't know, maybe that's just flat plastic. Right there's the mushroom peg, you can see it, which allows for thigh rotation right there, all the way around. The knee bends 90 degrees, no problem. There's some brown copperish looking paint here on the toes, and that is actually a fantastic color. I don't know what they've done there, but that looks really nice. The foot has this heel spur right here. It's pretty much a fixed piece. I mean, you can move it forward and back a little bit, but because of the way the transformation works, it stops right there. So, can he stand? Can he stand? I imagine if we adjust the things properly, then, oh, I'm sorry, yes, his foot can go forward that far. So, but again, we're trying to get him to stand. Can you stand, man? He is not wanting to stand. He's not wanting to stand at all. Let's see here. Maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. Maybe he's supposed to be one of these chicken wing fellas. Stands like this, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. He'll almost stand if I do that. Part of the problem is that these heel spurs aren't, oh, there we go. Heel spurs aren't really strong enough to keep him upright. But if we do it like that, then apparently it will work. Okay, he comes with these two weapons here, which are slightly mold deformed. They're the same things. They should just plug right into his hand here. Let me see. Yep, it is very, very loose, but it does go in there. Is there something I'm missing, maybe? You know, I'm wanting to wrap that thumb there around it, and it's just not going to work for me. But it is a little bit stronger and more sturdy when you do it this way. Alright, so let's see here. I guess now we need to cover size. Yeah. So with his legs bent this way, he's coming in at to the tip of the head about 5.5 inches. Shoulder to shoulder, we're looking at about, if we're being generous, 2.5, but I'd say it's closer to 2.25. Depth wise, let's do it back to here, just because I'd say that's about 1.75 inches. If we go just with the backpack, if you have him upright straight, then we're looking at 1.75 inches. Okay, let's see here. Now we need to do some size comparisons. Here he is with movie Bumblebee and Stinger from that one line, I don't remember. And he's taller than Stinger and looks to be just a hair taller than Bumblebee. Okay, here he is with Classics Prime and McFan's Planets, McFan's Toys, whatever it is, their Soundwave. Okay. Black Arachnia for you Beast Wars fans. And Animated RC to be consistent for you animated fans. And he's smaller than both of those, just again to give you a sense of scale. And I suppose the last thing we can do is put him up next to a Legends figure. Here he is next to Ghost Starscream from Iron Factory. Okay. So I suppose the only thing left to do now is transformation. Let's see, how do we do this? I'm interrupting this review. What the hell are you doing here, Nemesis? You didn't even use me for scale. Well, I'm sorry, I used Ghost Starscream instead because I thought he was more appropriate. I kinda like this guy, and you're not even letting me be in the video. What the hell's the matter with you? Look, if it was an error on my part, then I apologize. It was! Well, you're not helping your case any. I have a contract! I am very tired of hearing about the contract. You know, I've got somebody coming here in the next few weeks. One of my reviews is going to be your potential replacement. What did you just say? You heard me. I have your potential replacement coming. Spinster! Sorry about that, folks. We'll get back to transformation here in just a minute. So let's transform old Barricade here. And his transformation is not hard, but I will tell you it is not very satisfying. It's not that it's complex or difficult. It's just I am not happy with how the transformation completes itself. So hopefully that's not a spoiler to the final thoughts, but first thing you do is you get your arms looking like this, and all I did was fold the hands out and extend these side panels and move these little spiky bits around. Okay, that's pretty much what you do here. Go ahead and bring his arms up on that double hinge so that they are kind of sitting side by side like this. That should work. Okay, now we come back here to the back. We kind of bend him at the waist a little bit. Open up this flap right here. Open up this flap right here. And then using this hinge, we move it backwards. And these two things will plug in. There's a pin and a port on both sides. And you just plug that in, and you effectively have the back part of your vehicle, effectively, if they don't pop off the arms, if the side panels don't pop off the arms, as they are indeed wont to do. Now, extend the legs, pull this down, rotate so that the wheel will be facing out, pull this up, and there's a pin and a port. Just do like that. Pull it all the way down, rotate it around, and pin and port on the other side. Okay, now we bring the leg, and take your heel spur and pull it forward on both sides. Bring your legs up, and you can kind of see how this is going to work here. There is a pin right here that will go into a port underneath. When you get everything lined up right, it will just go in there, just like this right here, and then it's just a matter of getting everything relined up so that it'll pin in place. Yep, just like that right there, and then reassigning, realigning, whatever, getting everything back together again. Okay, now we bring this section here all the way up, and it will fold down on a double hinge. We take our hood here, bend it, and it'll connect here the way it's supposed to. And there are pins that are going into these side panels here. You may not be able to see them, but they are. And we just fold that up, put that back in there, and effectively that is, here's one of the pins, if you can see it right there. It's going to go in right here if you line it up right. If not, it won't. There we go. You heard it snap. Alright, so I will do what I can to fix this and finish it up, and we'll take a look at it here in a minute. But that's how you transform it, right there. That was the entire transformation. So as I'm sitting here struggling with it still, and I should be cutting so that I can do stuff and things and stuff, and come on now. Hey, you see me struggle with it, you know what you're going to get. That's kind of the way I look at it. That's always the way I've kind of looked at it. If you see me struggling, then you may have a pretty good idea about if you'll struggle with it or not. So yeah, that's always been my intention here. When you see me struggling with some of this stuff, it's so that you yourself can determine whether or not the struggle is worth your purchase. That's kind of been my intention. So yeah. Okay, so he's done. He measures 4 3/4, the way I look at it. Width-wise, the mirror's 2 1/4, just a shy short of. Height-wise, inch and 3/4, maybe just a touch more. Scale-wise, here it is with movie Hound. Here it is with Classics Optimus Prime. Here it is with Crap-A-Beat. Just to give you, again, your sense of scale. Okay. What the hell's going on here? And now, to answer the burning question on everyone's mind, how does the movie The Last Knight Berserker scale with Metroplex? And here you can see Berserker in his alt mode in the hand of Metroplex with Generations RC for scale. And here Berserker is in the hand of Metroplex in his robot mode. And here he is with Triptychon. Final thoughts wise, this thing is really a mixed bag for me. Those of you that know me know that I'm not a fan of the Bayformers. Having said that, his transformation is not difficult. It is simply, I don't know, I have to kind of consider this transformation a fail, because things don't plug in, they don't stay plugged in. It was a good concept and I like how they did it, but it didn't pan out. And the instructions show these things going in, and I can only conclude they're right there, but as you can see, if I were to do that, it wouldn't fit. And I haven't found any other place to put these things in vehicle mode. They're supposed to go right there, from what I can tell in the directions. They're supposed to go in here somewhere or another, and I just can't seem to get them. I mean, I can always shove them in here, but I don't think, I'm sure that's not what's intended. I mean, they're just literally held in there with friction at this point. They're not intended to do that. This thing is most definitely a Hasbro Bayformer, and he had a cameo in the movie, and yet they made a figure out of him. I don't know. This thing is most definitely a Hasbro figure. It is most definitely a Hasbro figure. The plastic is okay. The joints are loose. The transformation is questionable at best. The presence on the shelf, it's got some really nice paint apps. I give it full credit where credit is due. The paint is decent in the places that it is applied. It's nice, it's crisp. It looks like it's supposed to be there in that manner. Unfortunately, this thing fails on many, many different levels. And it's not that I don't want to like it, because I'm trying to give it a fair shake. It's just not worth it. If you have to have a representation of him, then I guess it's okay. But for me, I'm not a Bayformers collector. I've got several that have sort of, wound up in my collection over the years. But this is, which one is better? This one or this one? Oh goodness. This one was 4 times the price. I paid $6 for this one and $20 for that one. This would retail would be $17, and that one was $20. Yeah, neither one of them really have a spot in my collection. So if I ever decide to blow them up with firecrackers, these two are probably prime targets to be the first test subjects. Put a rocket in orbit, these guys. Let the dog chew on them, these guys. So I don't know what else to tell you. Do I recommend him? You know, that's $6 I could have went out to eat on. I think that's good enough of an answer to whether I recommend him or not. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Operators are standing by.